It's weird because I'm thinking, okay, to the film we just discussed before last week, Deathgasm. I kind of had an issue with there's a scene where it seemed like they just crowbarred in this guy with this large penis and then they knock his penis off and he dies so they could say you whacked that guy off, which I was like, that doesn't really push the story along. And then we have the nose job thing in this film. Somehow though I appreciate it when a film kind of lets us into the world in a certain way that doesn't even push the plot along, but it's just they're building up, the city, or they're laying down character development.
Well, I read something that said, and maybe this goes to what you were saying, John, where this is like how he sees the world, where he said like he wanted the quote unquote the bad guys in the film to have redeeming aspects, as a lot of filmmakers, good filmmakers will add something redeeming about the bad guys and then add something, a pitfall in terms of the good characters. Yeah, and where I like when characters aren't so two-dimensional,
The nose also...
Do you? I love it when they're two-dimensional.
What am I trying to say? What am I trying to say?
No, I'm
She's
just
talking
saying...
shit, dude.
Yeah, and I'm just saying that's like, who wants their characters to be flat?
Well, no, I get that. I think there's a time to have like a Bond villain who just lives for evil and,
you don't need to see the backstory and like feel for them.
Yeah, but I don't, and I'm trying to think because I don't know. I'm trying to think of Ron Perlman's character. Is he? He's a likable guy, but he's not. He's not even really working for his uncle in any way, like with any passion. You know what I mean?
The nose job, I think, is just another example of someone in there who's obsessed with
a better life,
youth, preserving something.
Yeah.
Wanting to live forever in some strange way.
Right.
Yeah, it's interesting. Again, Guillermo said that in his movies, and especially in this movie, the monster is the saddest figure in the film. So it's not Jesus Gris, I guess you could say, is the monster, or the uncle.
No, well, he's the creature.
Yeah, and they're both really pathetic in their sort of pursuit of power.
I actually read something where he said the bug in the Cronos device was like the true victim in the story.
Huh.
Oh, interesting.
Trapped forever.
Yeah, which I actually was reading something and I was showing Josh videos last night because I read that
was he awake for them?
Molly told him about it this morning.
Apparently that whole thing was lifted from the idea that like in the 80s living insect jewelry got really popular, especially in Mexico, and I was like, what is this? And
exactly.
I got really sucked into this whole world of living insect jewelry.
Was there a name for it? Do you recall?
Well, it's kind of that's the overarching name for it, and then there's different ways that it's played out. Okay. I guess like Mayan cultures have done it with this certain beetle, which I should have. Oh, it's a Makesh beetle, and they'll decorate it, and so it got popular in the 80s. Like people decorate these beetles, and then they attach a safety pin to it, and then you pin it to your lapel, and it's like a brooch that's like crawling around.
It walks around on you?
Yes. And I was looking up like these YouTube videos, and I was showing.
Where's the safety pin go through?
It goes through your blazer.
Yeah, and its body?
No, it's
they're
through
like,
the bug.
They're like
no.
leashed.
Yeah, it's
with like
leashed.
A chain.
It's like a safety pin that's attached to a chain that's glued onto the beetle's back. Oh. And then other like beautiful crystals are glued onto its back too, so it's very glamorous, but it's alive.
For how long does it live?
I don't even know. There's
That's
like
what
a lot
I
of
wanted to
there's a lot of
Is there a bunch of these that are dead just like around somewhere?
There's like a lot of controversy in terms of like animal rights activists.
Right.
And
I was going to say I'd like to do the same thing with a kitten.
Oh gosh. But yeah, and so he Guillermo, like when this was popular, he thought it was pretty cruel, and then he based this Cronos device off of that. But yeah, Google this.
So
it's
the
very
insect is the
fascinating.
victim.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I dug also in the after talk with Guillermo. He talks about. I thought you were going to say this, John, but Jesus Christ is his own doubting Thomas when he sticks his hand in his own side. Do you remember that, Josh?
He pulls his skin away. Yeah, I thought about that after the fact.
Yeah.
Well, when he wrote about it, because
I really dug
I didn't
that.
think anything of that scene, but
What it seems to be that because he goes to the uncle and he says like, I'm preserving life, but look at me, my skin's falling off, and then the uncle says, just pull your skin off, and then he pulls his skin away and it reveals this like white kind of new skin, and by the end of the film he's pulled it all off, and he says, I am Jesus Christ. I am Gray Jesus.
Gray Jesus.
I was a little tired toward the end of the movie too. But so like what is it? He's dying, right?
Yeah, that wasn't clear to me at the end. I mean, I guess because at the end he smashes the device.
Right.
Yeah, which means that he would die.
I guess. Yeah.
Because the uncle says that like you can't kill the device without also killing yourself.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's just
But then he's able to kind of, as they'd say in Harry Potter, embrace death as a friend. Like he's with his family and they're all at his bedside and he's laying out.
That makes sense.
I thought that he finally decides to not continue and crush the Cronos because wasn't there a scene where he is kind of tempted to
Wasn't there a scene where I was naked in a classroom and everyone I was sleeping?
I didn't sleep through the whole fucking movie, okay? I fell asleep one time in the middle.
All right, take it easy.
He's like looking at his granddaughter as like a source of blood, right?
Right.
And that's when he decides to crush the
And she's
Cronos.
wearing, again, that interview was quite helpful, but she's wearing red, and there's very little red in the film, but she's wearing a red slicker through the whole thing.
Del Toro says he only put red in the movie when it was blood or related to life. So she is wearing red. So I guess that's why he was looking at her all gross.
This is the ice
blood, not
not ice cream.
yeah.
I'm kind of obsessed right now. I googled living insect jewelry and so many crazy pictures, but one of them is a girl with 7 snails chained together on her. They're crawling all over her, and they look like they're like hand painted.
Yeah.
Snails.
Did Aurora? I don't know why, but Aurora kept reminding me of Natalie Portman in Leon the Professional.
Yeah, I thought about that.
Did it? Yeah. Was that just me?
No, or yes. I mean, clearly John thought so, but
They look alike, I think.
Wouldn't it be cool if there was a movie where with aliens and they just take humans, they strip them naked, and they glue jewels to our bodies, and they like chain us to their front lawns or something like that?
Yeah, that would be cool.
You should make that.
We should make
movie,
that.
Gabe.
Josh, you want to make it with me?
Sure.
Just don't fall asleep during production. Hey, it's cool. I fell asleep during the fog, you know.
Oh.
It's just Cronos is way better, but man, we're not gonna out this next chunk of movies, right? They're all good. 2 for 2.
Wait, what do you mean?
You mean Deathgasm and Cronos?
Yeah. It's gonna be this next top 8 list is gonna be baller.
I feel like Cronos is far superior.
You can't
to
compare
Deathgasm.
the two, I don't think.
Yeah, they're both good for what they are.
They both had very different missions.
Yeah. No nudity in Cronos.
Good.
Just saying.
No one
Sorry,
in
I'm a
there I
little-
think you'd want to see naked.
Mm,
Ron Perlman.
I wanna see Ron
maybe
Perlman's
an older
dick.
older Ron Perlman.
I dug the way they kill Ron Perlman. Jesus Grease says they're on some top high rise, and Ron Perlman's chasing them, and he says something along the lines of like, "You have more to lose than I do, because to me it's just pain." And I don't think Ron Perlman connects that. And then the only time you really see Jesus Grease giving a lot of energy, because he's an old man, is he jumps at Ron Perlman, and then they both fall, killing Ron Perlman and just being painful to the man who can't die. You know. Do you remember that, Josh? Seriously?
Yeah, I
okay,
do.
Just
Something, okay, this is something that I was confused about because he like, okay, so Jesus, he gets bit by or whatever, stung, I don't even know what you would call it, by the Cronos device at the beginning when he first finds it.
Right.
And then is that what makes him addicted to it, or does he want to live forever actually?
I think at that point it's more like a heroin thing.
Right.
You know, I wrote
It makes him feel better.
the second scene looks like a heroin scene is what I wrote down. The second scene with Kronos when he's laying on the stairs, his shirt's off and he's wearing like an A-frame or an A-shirt.
Because the first time, just the side spikes stick in.
It's an accident, yeah.
And the second time, then that last spike that goes into his wrist comes out.
Yeah.
Which is very heroin-y.
Yeah.
Going into the vein.
Yeah. But I just was like, it was confusing to me because it seemed like there was nothing leading up to saying he was interested in living forever, and then he suddenly like couldn't get enough of this. But I guess if it's just a drug, then that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
And also, I like the scene where he shaves his mustache off, and his wife is like, "Oh, baby!" Like, is that the like equivalent as women taking their glasses off in a movie? Is men shaving their mustaches?
It might be.
I don't know. I've never shaved my mustache.
Watch out!
Yeah. Watch out, world.
Yeah.
Go home and shave.
Women are just gonna throw their clothes off.
I thought he was starting to kind of Benjamin Button at that point. Like I thought he was gonna start getting younger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he didn't continue to get younger throughout the movie. In fact, the opposite starts to happen.
If you want to bum yourself out, look up living insect jewelry, and it's fuck, man. We gotta do something.
we got to do something for the insects.
If you send this podcast money, a portion of it will go to insect rescue.
Insect rescue.
Mostly just mercy killing.
Mercy stepping on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I gotta stop looking at this. Back to corpse paint.
Ghost paint. So yeah, this movie, 10 out of 10 for me. That's all I need to say.
That's generous.
That's very generous. I loved it. I loved the whole thing.
Yeah, because watching this, I did have the Benjamin Button thought as well, and I was like, are we going to get different actors? You know, and the thing I liked is that this wasn't, like, how long do you think this film was to this film? Like a couple of weeks?
I was going to say 1 week.
Yeah, it was just kind of this brief moment, and I kind of dug that about it. And it was a good film in the way that a meal that's like super simple, it's like a cracker with a pepper on it. You're like, that's not food, but then you eat it and you're like, that's amazing. Poach.
A cracker with a pepper?
Yeah, it's like a haiku food, you know?
I never heard of anybody saying like crackers and peppers.
It's like something that's 3 ingredients that you have in your fridge and you're like, this is going to be bullshit.
Cracker, slice of turkey, and a pepper?
Sure, you could mayonnaise, whatever.
Cheese. I
banana,
like crackers and cheese.
You know, whatever you have, you can do it with anything.
Crackers, cheese, wine. That's the perfect meal.
I know what you're saying. Like if you
Crackers, cheese, wine.
No, not that part. But like, yeah, like spaghetti. You can have shitty. If spaghetti is just pasta and sauce, and you can have really shitty spaghetti. But then some places that make it well, if they know what they're doing, then it's like the amazing thing you've had.
And you're like, why can't I do this in my apartment? Or something?
Yeah, like this movie, if it had been done by someone else, the ingredients of it don't look that spectacular. But because it's done by this man who is very thoughtful and smart, it was really great. It's delicious.
What's
delicious.
Does anyone, Josh, consider that you were asleep for most of the film, but does anyone have because we both have 2 thumbs, except for Lauren, does anyone have a thumbs down for this film? I would say it's up there with, well, Lauren didn't like it, but Wicker Man, like, it's like solid, good.
No thumbs down from me. If I had any criticism at all, I would say maybe some parts felt
It made no sense at the end.
No. Fuck it. I feel like whatever I say,
go
you're
ahead.
not
No,
gonna.
I'm gonna listen.
No, because
Are we gonna have a fight now?
You think I just slept through this movie, so
Josh,
Wait, what were you? What? I
don't
wanna hear.
don't be such a pussy.
I felt like some parts of the pacing were a little slow, but I was never bored, and I liked it.
Lauren, I just Googled Ron Perlman hot. What do you think of that picture?
I mean, there's a dog in it that you
He's
can't.
stars and their pets. He's got some baby blue eyes.
He does look a little better than
Yes.
he did in this movie.
I was thinking because a lot of people tell me, because I'm a big Tom Waits fan, and a lot of people tell me, "Hey, that film's got Tom Waits in it," and it ends up being,
Almost always Ron Perlman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And seeing Ron Perlman as young, still kind of comparing it to a young Waits.
When I was
you know?
getting my last tattoo, Ron Perlman's son was in the shop getting
Oh, yeah?
a tattoo, and it
He
was
look
like
good?
young Ron Perlman.
Did he
like,
look good?
They had the exact same face.
That's funny.
Wow. Wait, did he look like good older Ron Perlman or this young Ron Perlman?
So he looked like a caveman, is what you're saying.
Since we started on Perlman, we should end on Perlman.
Yeah.
Everyone needs to give
Perlman,
their how many
Perlman.
thumbs up to Ron Perlman.
How many Ron Perlmans do you give this film?
I like Ron Perlman a lot.
Is he handsome?
Handsome.
Handsome.
Is he handsome? More handsome than Brody from Deathgasm.
What's that newish TV series that's out?
Blackish.
It's a vampire show.
I have no idea.
Vampire Diaries.
No, come on.
Is it a good vampire show or is it like
I
bullshit?
haven't seen it. I listened to the audiobooks.
True
and- No. Shit.
I don't know.
Wait, is it?
Anyways,
like I said,
Ron-
is it like a teeny bopper thing or is it?
No, it's like an HBO show, maybe.
True Blood?
Anyways.
Yeah.
No, it's
There's a funny picture online of, I think it's the Beast from the TV show Beauty and the Beast looking into a mirror and
The Strain. The Strain. Have you seen that?
which is also Guillermo.
Yes, and I was going to say I listened to the audiobooks and they're narrated by Ron Perlman. It's pretty good.
Is Ron Perlman the Beast?
No, he's not. I just typed in vampire shows and I got Gossip Girl. Not a
it's The
vampire show, right?
Strain, which I haven't seen, but
Was he a good narrator?
the books were good, and yeah, it was. Yeah,
Good voice.
All right, so we'll be back next week with The Strain.
first 2 seasons.
Get watching, guys. All right, well, it's that time of the show, I think. My favorite part, where I find out what I'm going to be doing for the next week. Josh, what are we watching, man?
Okay,
Wait, Lauren.
No,
Nope, it's Josh's turn.
All right.
you be wrong, John.
I'd be wrong.
let me ask you guys this:
Does it have Ron Perlman in it?
is there a way for me to somehow get you guys to choose between the 2 movies?
Ooh, I like
considering?
this.
And then maybe we should do this every week
A twist
because there's
asunder.
3 of us.
But I don't want to tell you what they are. Like, I don't want you to vote.
It's gonna be very hard for me to vote without knowing what the fuck we're talking about.
That's what I'm asking. How do I go about doing this?
Wait. What do you mean you don't want to tell me what the?
Give us some of the what are we
Like a
going to
synopsis?
what kind of things are we going to be watching?
Wait, no. What are you talking about? What are you gonna give me to vote on?
Like you have to somehow pick between the 2 without knowing what they are.
What do you,
So he could say like
Title-wise.
he could say an alien movie or a werewolf movie. What would you rather watch?
is that what you're talking about?
Something like that. Yeah.
Well, do whatever the fuck you want.
Give us sort of a
Give us whatever you're thinking.
The reason I'm doing this is because I didn't prepare ahead of time. So I kind of panicked on the way here in the car.
Just say
Wait,
it. Friday
I went-
the 13th, 5. We're watching it. Go.
No.
All right.
Witchfinder General.
Okay,
We can, you guys.
Maybe there isn't a good way to do this,
You
and I
can-
should just pick one.
No, no.
Describe them.
I like. Let's go with this. Let's see how it goes. We'll experiment.
You want me to describe them?
Yeah.
Whatever you were thinking of doing, whether it's the title.
sum them up and like generalize them by 3 words each.
Okay. Well, I'll say this. One is a new-ish film,
Okay.
2014, that I liked a lot, and I want to rewatch it.
Okay.
The other is another throwback, kind of like Ice Cream Man. It's a film that I watched with my friends in high school, and we didn't stop talking about this film for years. Like, my brother and I still like quote this movie and talk about it.
Is it like a campy film? Or?
No, it's not.
When you said kind of like Ice Cream Man, you
It's
fucking lost me.
only in
100%.
I was gonna say the same thing.
No, it's totally not jokey at all. It's like,
What
anyways.
did you and your friends talk about for years to come? What?
We can't know.
Okay,
That's not the rule.
I want the second one.
it was only like
Wait,
Ice Cream Man in that it was a film I saw in high school that is
Stayed with
burned
you.
in my brain, and I need to rewatch it.
Okay.
10 years down the line.
So Lauren wants that one.
Yeah, I say that one. Gabe.
John, what do you think?
I really didn't like Ice Cream Man. So that's all I can think about.
But
so,
it's not campy like Ice Cream, and he said that.
But like, right
Okay,
now,
okay,
right
okay.
now, I hate Josh in high school. That's what I'm saying. So I'm gonna go with the first one. So Gabe, you are the deciding vote.
Mr. Producer.
Okay, let's see. Movie Josh and Caleb have been quoting. I could be part of that inside joke now. Is what I'm thinking.
The next level of friendship.
You just want to be included.
Just want to be on. Or the new film. Okay, can I ask this? Can you give me change the picks? I don't want to know which one's the old one.
This is so
No,
complicated.
shut up. Old film.
Everyone
No,
listening
shut-
right now is probably like, God
Yeah.
damn it. This.
Yeah, God damn it. No one's letting Gabe talk. Is this... Give me the choice again, but describe the films as monster movie, vampire, serial killer. Give me those choices.
Okay, one, satanic story.
Okay.
Other, psychological
And you've seen both of these films?
horror.
And you've
Yeah,
seen both?
I've seen both.
Satanic.
All right, that's the new one, which is
Which I'm kind of bummed out about.
You did this to yourself. What is it called?
Josh, you
You-
need to pull
you
the trigger.
picked.
Fuck you. This is a suggestion. Okay, you've heard. But whatever you want to do, so just do it.
You can pick
Just
the
say
next one next time.
Say it.
Yeah.
The next thing you say. Go.
okay. Well, I'm just going with the game we just played.
Okay.
So the film is Starry Eyes from 2014, directed by Kevin Kolsch and Dennis Widmer.
Cool. All right. So we'll see you guys next week.
Yeah.
Until then, the balcony is closed.
Fuck. I hate
Ba-da-da-da,
You
ba-da-da.
chose poorly.